Armin Schmeltenbach is a missionary in the Amazon region, and he's an interesting missionary. Long ago, told many interesting stories about his times ministering overseas. And one of the stories that he told was when he was in his missionary building, just kind of a little hut of sorts out on the Amazon River, and he was kneeling down to pray, with his eyes closed, praying on his knees, when a python snake uncurled itself from the rafters up above in his hut and began to wrap itself around his body as he was kneeling there in prayer. And if you know anything about snakes, or you hear me say it's a python, you know that pythons are constrictors, and so they kill their victim by suffocating them and by squeezing them to death. And Howard says as he began to feel this python coming around him, instantly into his mind appeared Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15, where it said, "In repentance and in rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength." He said, I don't know why that verse appeared. It had been a verse that I had read earlier in my life, but I don't know why it just had appeared right then, but it came to mind, and so I dwelt upon those thoughts. In rest is your rescue. In quietness is your salvation. And as this huge snake began to wrap itself around his body, Harmon says that he felt this calm assurance that God was still in control, and so he remained perfectly still. And he said he prayed like he had never prayed before. And as he prayed, resting, not moving at all, the snake began to unwind itself. In fact, the experts said that if he would have moved a muscle, the snake would have understood that he was human or life form, an animal or some sort, and would have constricted. But as he rested and froze, the snake probably thought that he was like a branch on a tree or something like that. And so the python became uninterested and it began to unwind itself and go back up into the hut. And as Harmon talked about this story, he said the lesson that he learned was to always pray with one eye wide open. And he said to rest as well. To rest. When the personification of evil comes around, to realize, such as it says in 1 Peter 5:7, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you.